Have you ever gotten to the grocery store and realized you have no idea what to buy or even accidentally bought a bunch of stuff you don't need? We've all been there. Today I'm going to show you how to create the ultimate grocery list in 5 simple steps so that you can shop more efficiently, reduce food waste, and save money. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Taylor from The Girl on Bloor. I'm all about sharing easy meal prep strategies so that you can save time, money, and stress. If you often find yourself overwhelmed as you wander the aisles of the grocery store, you're not alone. But the good news is that it doesn't have to be a super long chore. Today I'll be showing you how to build the most efficient grocery list that will have you in and out of the store in under 30 minutes, all while sticking to a budget. You can find even more helpful tips in my free 5-day meal prep challenge, which includes a grocery list template. I've linked to that in the description below. Okay, let's get started. We've all got busy lives and things to do, so being as efficient as possible when you're grocery shopping is key. No one wants to spend an hour at the store when you could be meal prepping or binge watching the latest Netflix show. I've perfected my routine over the years to the point where I'm only in the store for about 20 or 30 minutes each week. As someone who owns their own business, all that extra time has been a huge game changer. I'm going to be sharing my routine with you so that you can maximize your time and stay on budget when it comes to your weekly grocery shopping. The first step to building your grocery list is to figure out what ingredients you need. And to do that, you're going to need to make your weekly meal plan. I've got a handy video tutorial that'll show you how to build a meal plan in just about 15 minutes each week, so definitely go back and watch that video if you need a refresher before this one. To do a little recap here, you're basically just going to do an audit of your fridge, freezer, and pantry, then take a look through a master list of recipes you have ideally already built to reduce the overwhelm that comes from choosing what to make each week. From there, you'll take a look at your calendar to plan around any outings or obligations you have, and then finally you will add your recipes, ideally ones that already use up ingredients you have on hand in your kitchen. Now, if you're searching for recipe options and you don't know where to begin, I've got tons of healthy and delicious meal prep recipes to choose from on my blog. I've linked to my top meal prep recipes post in the description below, so that's a good starting point. And again, watch my meal planning video if you haven't already. The master list of recipes concept is a real game changer, especially if you struggle with decision fatigue. Okay, once you've narrowed down what recipes you're going to make for the week, you can move on to step number 2, which is to copy and paste all of the ingredients that you need for a recipe into a Word doc of some sort. You can write it down on a piece of paper, but personally I like to use the Notes app on my Mac, which automatically syncs to my iPhone. That way I can just erase items on the list as I pick them up while I'm also at the store. You can just copy and paste all your ingredients into a Word doc and email it to yourself as well, or print it off if you're more of a paper and pen type of person. Once you know what ingredients you need for the week, take inventory of what you already have on hand. This third step is key when it comes to saving both time and money. You want to avoid buying items you don't need because that can lead to wasted food and wasted money, 2 things that you definitely don't want. Have a look around your fridge, freezer, and pantry to see what you've already got. Yes, you're going to do this again after you've meal planned to double check what you need for each recipe. And once you know which items you have on hand, you can remove them from your grocery list. I love doing a double check because this is a great way to notice when you're running low on everyday staples. You could keep a running list of things you're running low on, but those tend to get lost in the shuffle of everyday life and it's easy to forget. But when you do a weekly check-in while building your grocery list specifically, you'll be fully aware of what you need the very next week, so it'll be top of mind and impossible to forget. Now that you have your final list of all the ingredients you need, the 4th step is all about organizing. If you order your groceries online, you can skip this step, but honestly, I've been let down and frustrated way too many times by missing items when I order groceries to my home, which completely defeats the purpose for me if I have to go back out to the store for just a couple items. Online ordering just ain't it for me, especially if you're paying an extra fee for delivery on top of that. If you're like me though, and you swear by in-person shopping, you won't want to skip this next step. Go through and reorder your list so that everything is organized by category. Lump all your produce together, your meat together, your canned goods together, and so on. This step is going to make your trip to the grocery store so much more efficient, and honestly, it's going to change your whole grocery shopping experience. By organizing your list by category, you'll only have to stop once in each section of the grocery store instead of running all over the store in a zigzag pattern. We've all had to loop back to the same aisle before, and I think we can agree that it's not a good time. Knowing 1 or 2 grocery stores in your area really well will make organizing your list so much easier. When you're able to visualize the store layout in your head, you can organize your list in the order that you'll be moving through the store and doing your shopping. Plus, you'll actually know where everything is and you won't have to waste a bunch of time trying to figure out the layout of a new store. That is super frustrating to deal with. When it comes to picking your grocery store, I suggest choosing based on your main priorities. If location is the most important thing to you, make sure to choose a grocery store that's the closest walk or drive from your house. If you're dedicated to sticking on a tight budget, choose the store that offers the best deals. Price Chopper is a great option in the States, and No Frills, FreshCo, and Food Basics are all popular choices here in Canada. You can also do a combination of the two. I like to go to one store for my main produce and protein shop, and every now and then I'll pick a budget store to stock up on pantry staples like canned goods, condiments, sauces, and rice. Now, the fifth step to building a grocery list is to be flexible when it comes to your ingredients. This step is key when it comes to saving money and shopping on a budget. If certain produce is in season or on sale, consider substituting it for similar ingredients on your list that might be a bit pricier or out of season. For example, if you're making a pasta that includes asparagus but it's out of season and broccoli happens to be on sale, you can easily swap out the asparagus for the broccoli and save a couple of dollars. Or even better, you could use frozen veggies. I prefer to complete this step while I'm already at the grocery store because I just can't be bothered to flip through the flyers, and honestly, I don't even get the ones for the store I go to, but you could look this up in advance while building your grocery list if budget is a key priority for you. The way I see it, you're already going to be saving money by planning your meals around what you already have on hand in the house and by meal prepping and not ordering as much takeout, but being able to save a few extra dollars here and there is always an added bonus and something you should make extra time for in the planning stages of your grocery list if it's a priority for you. I know for me, adding that extra step discourages me from meal planning regularly since it's much more time consuming, which puts me at risk of not following through on my weekly routine, so I have chosen something that is more sustainable for me. This is where self-reflection really comes in handy, so be mindful of that. To help you out, I always include ingredient substitutions in my recipes so you can check those out if you're unsure of what would be a good substitute for each ingredient, but for the most part, you can use your own judgment. Now, if you're feeling really organized, you could even do a quick Google search while you're making your list to find out what produce is in season, and that will give you a further idea of what you can sub in for certain recipes. Okay, now you know how to build the most efficient grocery list ever, and I have a bonus step for you. Be sure to stock up on protein when it's on sale and freeze it for later. Meat and seafood can be one of the most expensive items on your grocery list, so if you see anything on sale, snag it while you can and store it in your freezer until you're ready to use it. I like to keep a variety of protein options in my freezer like chicken breasts, chicken thighs, fish fillets, ground beef, steak, frozen shrimp, and scallops. I stock up whenever stuff is on sale and freeze it so that I can rotate through a whole bunch of different protein options throughout the month. And of course, plant-based proteins such as tofu and legumes are much cheaper, so keep that in mind to fill in the gaps, or even consider moving to those as a primary protein source if you're really looking to save on your weekly grocery haul. And just a final note, if pantry staples that you frequently use are on sale, stock up on those if you can and store them in your pantry for later as well. Just make sure that you're only stocking up on items that are non-perishable and that you know that you use a lot of. Canned tomatoes, dry pasta, beans, frozen veggies, and rice are all perfect things to stock up on if you use them often. And there you have it. All of these steps are going to be a total game changer when it comes to grocery shopping. Your trip to the store will go from being something you dread each week to a quick and efficient half-hour trip. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more free meal prep resources. And don't forget, I've got lots more tips and tricks in my free 5-day meal prep challenge, which includes a grocery list template. I've linked to that in the description below, so sign up now to step up your meal prep game. Now that I have my list prepped and at the ready, I'm going to head to the grocery store and stock up. Thanks for hanging out with me in my kitchen today, and I will see you in the next video.